guys, I'm gonna show you how I just spent under $35 for the entire week on groceries. I just came from the grocery store where I spent just a little over $24, $24.47 to be exact. And then I spent some more money at a fruit cart to buy my fresh fruit for the whole week, and then a little bit more just for other grocery stores for things for breakfast that I buy in bulk usually. So I'm gonna show you how I managed to spend under $35 total on healthy, fresh, vegan deliciousness for the entire week. Got some tortilla chips. These cost $3, and I chose them because they're a nice crunchy and salty snack, and also because they're a lot cheaper than the mainstream brand Tostitos, which are like $5, at least here in New York City, $5 for a bag. I wouldn't call tortilla chips healthy, but at least they don't have all those extra added weird ingredients in them. It's just corn, oil, and salt. That's it. I also got some pasta and tomato sauce. Obviously, I'm gonna eat those together. The pasta was just $1.89, and it has 8 servings in it, so that's pretty good. And then the tomato sauce was $1.50 for this huge can. One thing that I like to do is if I have extra tomato sauce, I'll just put it in the freezer and, you know, eat it the next week or whenever I have a chance, because I don't want it to go bad, but I also don't want to waste it. All right, now I'll pull out my legumes. I got 3 bags of legumes, black beans and green lentils and red lentils. All together, they only cost $4. Obviously, legumes are very healthy for you. They're full of minerals and vitamins. They're also full of calories too, so help keep you full for longer, and fiber, and of course protein as well. So they're all around great things you should be eating every single day, and it's so cheap. So much cheaper to buy them dry like this as opposed to canned. And we can actually eat these for probably longer than just 1 week. I also bought a bag of brown rice. I ended up buying the store brand because it was the cheapest option. This is 2 pounds of rice. I will say that if I would have bought the 5-pound bag, I would have saved more money, but I was working with a smaller budget. However, that's the best thing to do if you're really serious about saving money. Don't just look short term, look more long term, and look at how much beans, grains, things like this cost per pound as well. I got a bag of frozen mustard greens, which have thawed out, but it's okay because I'm gonna cook them now. But I love mustard greens. I'm from the South. Here on the front it says Southern Selections. They're really, really good for you. Full of vitamins like vitamin K, vitamin A. They're full of minerals as well, like calcium. And they've got a lot of protein in them too. I bought frozen because, first of all, they're gonna last longer in my freezer. So just in case I didn't get around to preparing them, then I wouldn't have to worry about like trying to figure out a way to cook them because they're in the freezer anyway. Also, frozen is frozen at the peak of freshness. Frozen vegetables and fruits are. So oftentimes, you know, you'll be in the grocery store and the greens look all wilted and like they've been sitting there for too long. The longer they sit on the shelf, the more nutrition they lose. So sometimes it's smarter to just go for the frozen greens as opposed to the wilted fresh ones. So I'm gonna try to spend no more than like $3.50, $4 on vegetables. So kale, broccoli, some carrots, because I want to make sure that I have enough money left over to buy fresh fruit as well. Of course, I also had to buy my favorite, sweet potatoes. Sometime at this grocery store, you can get them as cheap as 60 cents a pound. But these were $1 a pound, and for 4, I ended up spending $2.22. So great. Obviously, I love them. So I'm excited to show you what I do with these in the next video. Great. They look nice. For my other vegetables, I got some carrots. These, I'm for sure, are gonna go into a soup with those red lentils. These carrots, I bought them bulk, obviously, cost $1. They're pretty large. Little can go a long way. I bought 2 different types of onions, a sweet onion and a yellow onion. You can add them to soups, you can add them to sautés. Onions are obviously a great thing to just have in your kitchen and on hand. And I also got a bulb of garlic. This one's pretty big for 72 cents. Once again, a little can go a long way. I'll add this to soups, to my tomato sauce, to any sautés that I make. I'll even add it to a dressing, probably raw. I bought some broccoli crowns. These two together cost $1.23. Pretty good size, really nice and fresh. I often avoid the ones with the stalks. However, not always, because you can save the stalks and put them into soups, to purees and things like that. I think that's a really good idea. Of course, I had to buy a big bunch of kale. This kale was $1.29. Oh no, sorry. This whole thing cost $1.02. Big bunch of kale. It's big. It's a big bunch of kale that I can use to make salad, or I can even saute it. Maybe I'd make kale chips. I don't know. $1, that's a great deal. So now we're gonna walk down the street and go buy some fresh fruit at the fruit cart. Awesome! So now we just hit $30, including fresh fruit, because you know, fruit can be expensive. The only fruit that I bought at the actual grocery store was this cantaloupe, which costs $1.50. It's really big, nice and heavy. I love eating fresh fruit for a snack, so I made sure to get a lot of it. I always get fruits at the fruit cart because it's too expensive to buy it at the grocery store. So I bought lemons, $1 for 3, and limes, also $1 for 3. These are great to add to water, but you know, since I'm on a budget, I'm probably not gonna be adding lemon to my water, but I'll probably use this for dressings, to add to my soups. You know, citrus is just a great thing to help balance the flavor of whatever you're eating, so I make sure to always have a lot on hand. Since mangoes are in season, I also picked up 2 of these from the fruit cart. They each cost $1, so that's on the pricier end, but they're a nice sweet treat, great snack, healthy, delicious. You can even add them to, you know, your other meals as opposed to just eating them for a snack. And I spent $2 on bananas. I actually bought 8 bananas. This is 6. I ate 2 on my way home. Bananas are a great snack. I add them to my oatmeal in the morning. I bake with them sometimes. Obviously, there's so much you can do with bananas, and they're cheap. So all of this costs just $30. But I did have to go to the fruit cart to buy the fruit because at the grocery store it was more expensive. I got a better deal on the street. Same thing goes with some other things. When you're at the grocery store, you know, even though it's a normal grocery store that I went to that has a lot of good deals, certain things were more expensive there than they are even, say, at Whole Foods. So a good example are some oats. So I went to Whole Foods and I bought oats in bulk, and they were only $2 a pound, versus at the grocery store I just went to, they cost over $3.50 a pound. This is a lot better deal. So it's good to shop around if you have the time and you know, you can do it. A lot of things that you can buy in bulk are like that. They're cheaper in the bulk bin than they are at a normal cheap grocery store. So oats, coconut, nutritional yeast, flour sometimes. So if you can, search around and shop around. I also had to go to a different store, to Trader Joe's, to buy my soy milk that I like. Look, it's so much more expensive to buy soy milk at a normal grocery store than it is at a place like Trader Joe's. So I think it's worth just going to Trader Joe's to buy my cat food stuff and blah, 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 and I stock up and get lots of soy milk. This costs $1.79. At the other grocery store, it costs I think it was $4.59. Can't do it. I had to stay under $35, so this allowed that. Another thing that Trader Joe's has for cheap are dried fruit and nuts. This bag of organic raisins costs under $3, whereas at the other grocery store, the normal grocery store, it costs over $4 for about the same amount. Same thing with nuts. As you see, I didn't buy any nuts, no seeds this week because they would put me over my $35 limit. Just nuts in general are just really expensive. Same thing with like avocado and coconut, unfortunately. So if you're able to buy those things in bulk to get a cheaper deal online, like at nuts.com or Thrive Market or websites like that, you can often get a better deal than buying them, you know, in person at the normal grocery store, because it is important to be getting those things, nuts, seeds, coconut, avocado, blah, 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 because they're full of healthy fats and are just part of a well-balanced whole food vegan diet. Also, if you have a Costco in your area, Costco is like the best for deals on nuts, dried fruit, things like that. And if you absolutely cannot afford nuts, that's fine. You don't have to eat them to be healthy. You can still get by. Like if you're looking for healthy fat, which of course is important to have into your diet, you can eat things like sunflower seeds. They're cheap. Also, flaxseed is cheap, especially if you buy it in bulk and grind it up yourself and just add it to your oatmeal in the morning or salads or whatever. You can, you know, bake them into things. Those things are super cheap and they're super healthy. Get your omega-3s and all that from them, and just a general great source of healthy fat. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this gave you some inspiration and helped people understand that you can actually be vegan, be healthy, eat well on a budget, even as little as $35 a week. And I hope you got some tips and tricks in there as well for saving money in the best way possible. If you have any more questions about this, just leave them in the comment section below. I will be checking them out and answering as many as I possibly can. And also, if you have more tips for how you save money and still be healthy and still be vegan, please share them with all of us in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because next week I'm going to come back with another video showing you how I prepared all these ingredients for the whole week. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.